Star Wars fans. Hey, did you know there's 267 days until Christmas 2021? And hello, Callisto. Thanks for joining the stream today. We're going to have a fun discussion today. I've already seen tons of great April Fool's stuff. Josh over to Den of Nerds tried one himself. I don't know how many people fell for it. And so what we'll talk about today are some of those April Fool's jokes that are coming out. And it'd be maybe one of the easiest games you've ever played. Is it an April Fool's or is it fake? So some of these might be real stories that are just fake. Others might be April Fools. And I would love to know, have any of the April Fools stories that have come out today caught you? Have you believed, even to a small degree, like, I didn't know, so I checked it? Did you have any of those experiences? Santa had one today. So today is Thursday. We normally have a Magic Maker from Reimagining Star Wars with us every Thursday. So he has not joined yet. I've sent him the link. We'll hope to get him in here very soon. So a couple of things right off the bat. Let me bring up. We're going to talk about Bob. Hey, everybody's favorite uncle is here. Bob's here. Isaac, hello. For Cuchella Lopez, thanks for being here again as well, with some great support here from our Den of Nerds friends, and also some of the other channels. You know, I've noticed we've had a couple of friends come in from Star Wars Explained, Star Wars Only, and a couple others. You know, Santa has been out on Hello Greedo, and I've even seen some folks come in from there. There's Mark Hamilton. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for coming. And Mark, if you would put our Discord channel up, because if any of you have any April Fool's videos that you clicked on today, you watched, were entertained by it, in Star Wars especially, but any of the others, we would love it if you all would share that with us today. We're just going to have fun. I am not going to be bringing any fake news. I'm not going to try to dupe you all. Santa's not in the business here of pranking an April Fool's today, but we're just going to have a lot of fun on it. So there, Bob's got one. Snoop Dogg confirmed to play Thrawn. Snoop Dogg's going to play Thrawn in the Ahsoka series. There's a good one. So there's a lot of fun ones we'll talk about as we go through. And there's our Discord link. Encourage you all, if you haven't already, come join our Discord server. Post some of your fun April Fool's ones in there. I've posted a few this morning. We've had a couple others come in and add to it. We've got some good ones in there. The latest one, Trod, added, and it said, Gina Carano has been rehired by Lucasfilm. Source, Michael B. Zero. So that's the latest one in our server. And I've seen some great ones in the Den of Nerds server this morning. If you go into the Star Wars section under the Star Wars Insider, Chet has been posting some stuff in there that's quite entertaining as well. And there's the Gina Carano rehired by Lucasfilm, as well as one that says, hey, Star Wars Rebel spinoff considered by Lucasfilm. If you click on it, which Santa did, if you click on it, it'll take you to a classic video in what is it again? It's Never Going to Give You Up. That's it. No, it's the music video, Never Going to Give You Up. If you click on that, that's a fun one. Hello, Vito. Lord Vito is here. We got welcome here very much. Just woke up not long ago, but I keep it on in the background. Getting ready. Rick rolled. Right. That's it. Exactly. That's exactly it. So there's some good ones. I put a few of them here. That I saw this morning. One of them there says, Kathleen Kennedy to leave Lucasfilm will be replaced by Marvel's own Tom Holland. Spider-Man himself is going to be the lead, which was followed later by another one that said, Kathleen Kennedy going to take hold on, I've got it here. It's in the Den of Nerds one. Kathleen Kennedy named president of Marvel Studios. So there you go. There you go, Isaac. Kathleen Kennedy's been fired, confirmed, replaced by Jeremy, that brilliant business mind from Geeks and Gamers, right? Oh, they're so good. And then another one that I saw this morning was from Hello Greedo. I got to notice that he had posted a video, and it said he was going to have a face reveal. Of course, if you've watched Hello Greedo, you know he wears that stormtrooper helmet, and he's got a sarcastic, sardonic wit to him, and he's some of his content I love. Some of it's not in my wheelhouse, but a lot of it's funny. I saw that he had posted a face reveal live stream today. I thought, oh, I wonder if he's doing a charity stream or something. Santa being pretty dumb. I clicked on it. The funny part of it is when it opens, it shows him holding the helmet like he's going to lift off his head, and the spinner is going. So you think there's a problem with your internet? It's not your internet, my friends. You clicked on it. I did that. And then there's an audition. So you got Star Wars Explained. Alex posted his audition for Rogue Squadron. That is hilarious. And, think what you will of Alex and Molly Damon. Think what you will of their channel and their activity. That is a funny video. He does a great job in it, and I thought it was very well done. So that's a funny one. Gray, hello. Oh, Gray sent me a picture the other day of the newest addition to her collection. Just this beautiful Ahsoka figure that she bought. It's gorgeous. It's a sculpture. Has Santa quite jealous. It's really nice. Really, really nice. There you go. We've got Mark Hamilton. Geeks and Gamers hailed the announcement as Kathleen Kennedy's finest moment. This is oh, it's good stuff. Ryan Kinnell already camping outside the Chinese Man Theater, vowing to be the first person in the movie. Well, to see the movie set for release in 2029. Oh, it's good stuff. And then there's another one on here that I put, and this was again, I got it from the Den of Nerds, Star Wars Insiders, the post that Chet has been putting up. It says Disney to erase and remake the sequel trilogy. Joss Whedon set to direct the first two movies. And then his quote in the pullout says, it's been my dream to handle Luke Skywalker's light stick since I was a kid, says the director. Oh, those are obviously parody April Fool's videos. And this is known as the Astley paradox. Gray, it was my birthday present. Oh, and it is a brilliant one. It's really, really nice, you guys. Congratulations, Gray, and happy birthday. If you ask Astley for a DVD of the movie Up, he won't give it to you because he's never going to give you Up. Oh, that's hilarious. However, by not giving you Up like you asked for it, he's letting you down. It's the Astley paradox. Lord Vito for the win. That is the best one I've heard. Best I've heard of the day. That's really good. Hey, a Magic Maker is joining us. Welcome, my friend. You made it.
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Certain things got in the way.
Well,
delayed me getting here.
It happens. It happens. We've been having fun going through some of these April Fool's videos and comments. We just went through. Lord Vito gave us the Rick Astley paradox. Have you heard of that one?
I have not.
Okay, it's if you ask him for a DVD of the movie Up, he won't give it to you because he won't give you Up. But by not giving you Up, he has let you down, thus creating the paradox. Never going to give you up, never going to let you down. But, he let you down by not giving you up.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. What's he going to do? It's brilliant. Brilliant. I love it. That's great. So just a couple of things. We were talking the show notes for today. There's a couple things I wanted to go through. One is Santa has gotten a couple of of boxes in the mail, and I have withheld from opening them. The first is this box here. It's from our favorite shippers down at Dorkside Toys. There are 2 figures in here, vintage collection figures that we're going to unbox and do reviews of on our Friday. We normally, when we have them to do, we do them on Friday. So we'll do those tomorrow. And then I've got this one. Oh my goodness, look at the size of this gift here. This came in the mail yesterday. And we've got this to open. There's some good stuff in here as well. So that's coming. We are going to try to open that tomorrow as well. Some vintage, I think some Black Series figure in there as well. And then yesterday, I made the biggest Star Wars purchase I have ever made. And look, I backed 3 of the Razor Crests. That wasn't a cheap investment. The one that I purchased yesterday is more than all 3 of those. So that will be coming in the mail soon, and I will share it with you as we have it to open. That'll be very exciting. I'm excited to share it with you all. Let's see. Jumpin' Jamie, hello. Jumpin' Jamie's been giving us some good content on the Discord, you guys. And then Super Saiyan, hello. Super Saiyan's here. Good to have you here, my friend. Appreciate it. So we're going through our favorite April Fool's stories of the day. I shared the ones that were in the thumbnail. Magic Maker, you got an April Fool's story you found today?
I have not had a chance to look through and find any stories. But I did find one I think is pretty true, and even though it's on it's on an April Fool's Day, I think this is pretty true. I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but have you seen the recent releases on out of Israel about the hyperbaric chamber stuff reversing aging? This is true. You can go look it up right now. I'll give you a few minutes so you can go look it up.
Okay. And while they're looking that up, I'll say hello to Brian Stone. Thanks for joining. And there's another Mike Zero story that I saw this morning. Brie Larson has leaked that she is going to destroy the Skywalker legacy. She has been cast to be the strongest Force user in all of Star Wars, stronger than Vader and Luke Skywalker combined, if you can believe it. Oh my goodness. Mike Hawes, hello. What's up?
I think that one. I think he actually believes that one though.
It's so good. Yeah. So the hyperbaric chamber that they've gotten Israel to reverse aging.
Yes. There's recent reports that Lucas has been doing this there at the university in Tel Aviv, and so since it's doing this, he intends to come back and do his trilogies, and that's going to happen after Kathleen Kennedy leaves here in September.
Oh yeah, because he'll be much younger by then.
That's right.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I watched a video yesterday as we're talking about. So there's the April Fools, or the ones that say the fool following the fool. Now you guys get the reference of that, of course, right? Who's the bigger fool, the fool or the fool who's following the fool? Who said that? Sure, you all know. It's an easy one. I'll give the chat a second. I know you're wanting to say it. Yeah.
The Emperor.
No.
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, there's another good reference. So a recent story had Jar Jar Binks appearing in Obi-Wan Kenobi series. There was a rumor of that. And then Ahmad Best came out yesterday and said, sorry, I can't do it. Not in it. It's not in my contract. I'm not signed up. So no Jar Jar Binks in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
But
right?
Is it that he's not going to be in it? Maybe that's the April Fools.
Maybe is he? But the way it is with actors and being cast, that's exactly the kind of thing somebody who was going to be in it would say, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it was April yesterday. If you're on the other side of the earth.
Oh yeah, if he was in the right time zone, he could have already been. Here at the North Pole, I can pick a time zone. I can go to tomorrow just by walking over into the other wing of the building. There you go. There you go. Ralph Boner. Oh, it's good to have you here. You made it just in time. Brian Stone, please know, I think that's into Jar Jar being in the Obi-Wan series. Did Best do his voice in the Clone Wars? Yeah, Ahmed Best was his voice, and he was the in the Phantom Menace, he was the actor that they transferred into the CGI character. So he was the actor who was acting the line. So there you go. That was a Gandalf line, right? Wolves, you're getting closer. You're getting closer. Park Outdoors is here. Yeah. Park Outdoors, thanks for joining. So another story I saw said, this was yesterday, and I was listening to it from one of the usual suspects, and they were claiming it was Midnight's Edge. I was listening to it while I was driving to go get things. They were saying that the High Republic is failing because you can, and one of the evidences that they had is that every video that they post on Star Wars YouTube page only gets about 3% of their subscribers to view them. And the second piece is that they're being ratioed out the wazoo. Now, I'll give you that. They are being ratioed. And just a question while that comes up. What do you think the goal, what do you think they can accomplish through this? So it's very, very obvious. It's been going on now for a couple of weeks where every time Star Wars posts a High Republic video, they go out there and they ratio it. That means that the dislikes, they come out there in mass to click on the dislike button.
Sure.
But dislikes far outnumber the likes. So it's been ratioed. That's what that means. Right. And then the other part of that is that they then put in a Gina Carano quote. It's typically one of two or three quotes that they put in there. I would say that that's been a very successful campaign from the perspective of getting somebody's attention. I don't think
the message.
The message is being delivered, right?
Right.
What do you think the outcome could be in realistic terms?
Well, I mean, what do you mean? What do I think could happen?
Yeah.
I mean, what they want is a reversal of her firing and have her rehired. That's what they want. That's the only way that they're going to be happy. But do I think that's going to happen? No,
I don't either. And the other part is they put in there that they want Kathleen Kennedy fired. Right.
So what would 3% be for 3.5 million subscribers?
It's let's see. I put on there. They've got somewhere in the range of 100,000 between the lowest they've got. I did a thing on it. They've got a little over 3 million subscribers, 3.4 something like that, million subscribers. The last 10 High Republic videos that they have put out have had the lowest was 55,000. The highest was 185,000. Their average has been 107,000.
Okay. So if they have about 3.5 million, that would be about 3% at 107,000, right?
Roughly.
Yeah. So Midnight said they're only getting 3%.
Well, yeah, less than 3% of the people who are subscribed are watching the High Republic videos.
Okay. So
now that's a factually true statement.
Sure.
But does that indicate that people are not interested in the High Republic?
I mean, usually what's considered a good metric for a general video is 10% of subscribers.
All right. So I went and I found another Star Wars channel that has roughly 3 million subscribers.
Yeah.
That would be Star Wars Theory, right?
Okay.
Star Wars Theory has just a hair under 2.9 something million subscribers,
Okay.
right? So for all practical purposes, he's the biggest, by far, the biggest.
Okay.
Star
So what's
Wars.
he averaging?
His average is also 3%. On the last 10 videos that he put out, his lowest has been 29,000. His highest in the last 10 videos that he put out was 174,000. He's averaging just under 95,000 views per video. So, again, it's in that same ballpark,
Right.
Certainly under 10%. And where he's got just under 3 million viewers, his average is 95,000.
Right.
Star Wars has like 3.5 million. They're averaging 107. So 95,000 for one, 107,000 for the other. So I think it's not necessarily indicative of a disinterest in High Republic as it is a function of how people use YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's something that if you look at a lot of the negative, though, so like if you were going to look at Doomcock's or Midnight Edge's views, you'd see that I guarantee you that view, the one that talked about that, and probably has 70 to 100,000 views, and they only have like 200,000 subscribers, so they're sitting at 50%, and probably be the same thing for Doomcock, who was coming out there. So, I mean, percentage wise, they're getting more views, and then if you look at the ratios of that's occurring with Star Wars, I mean, maybe a good portion. I don't know how many of those downvotes because I haven't looked at it, but let's just say for the sake of argument that it's 10,000 to like 1,000, is the ratio, and that means 10,000 people are coming on there just to downvote it. So it means if you're averaging 107, that means really 10,000 of those are negative views. So that means you're really at 90%. You're less than 3% of people there who are seeing it positively. So even if Star Wars Theory is average, and we know it's by topic as well. So sometimes you hit a topic that doesn't sync, and there are those things. So if he has something that hits 174, then he's getting, what's about 6 or 5 or 6% for a good topic, and he's lower for a bad topic, and he's averaging there. So
I took out Star Wars's other views because the Bad Batch trailer is over 2 million views, right? So that certainly shows a big difference when you put out the Bad Batch trailer and its views are in the millions. And you put out all your other content, and by the way, it's not just High Republic stuff. If you look across Star Wars posts, anything that's all of their other videos are in that same kind of ballpark, in the 100,000 range. Let's say anywhere from 50 to 180,000. They're in that kind of range, all of them. And the same is true with Theory. Theory, all of his videos are in that same. You can go back much further than 10 and see that they're all in that same kind of range. They might be as low as 30,000 or as high as 180,000, but they're just not hitting at that rate. And he of course does have one that's over 1 million views, and that's been somewhat recent. But you're right, it's topical in that way. So
right. I mean, I know for me, like I'm subscribed to him, but I mean, I maybe watch a video of his like once or twice a month.
Yeah. I think it's a function of how YouTube works, and when people extrapolate from that to fit their narrative, I say, slow your roll.
I mean, I would say that if you compare it to the Bad Batch, that High Republic is definitely not as popular.
Oh, well, I think that's a given, right? Like, and we could take anything that's in video media, be it movie, streaming, network, anything like that, is going to have much, much higher view than books or comics, right? Books and comics are just not consumed at the same rate at all, like not even close.
Right. No, I mean, I'm not, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that the interest by comparison is significantly less. Now, I don't know what kind of money those kind of things will make. I mean, it's, I mean, that's, it seems to me like there would be minimal comparative to the video type of.
Oh, it would have to be, right? The only way you can really compare is to take one published franchise compared to another published franchise within, so if you take High Republic and compare it to the Old Republic, right, which is the Legends stuff. What were the book sales of the Old Republic novels? What are the book sales of the High Republic novels?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the Old Republic data, so.
And these days, it is alarmingly difficult to get data, like just raw data, right? And know what the truth of it is.
Right. Everything is, I mean, they purposely parse it out so you can't get and put it together.
I think that's true. And that's what makes that difficult with a lot of the streaming stuff too. And there's another thing tied to that whole story is the dislike button on YouTube. Now, have you seen this story as well?
Oh yeah, they're getting rid of the dislikes because people are ratioing things they don't like.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan Kinnell, Arcade Outpost. Oh my goodness. If it was actually D. Ryan Kinnell from Arcade Outpost, I would be excited to have you here. I'm kind of I'm a positive sequel guy, but I've spent a lot of time trying to understand folks that aren't. So I doubt that this is the actual Ryan Kinnell. If it is, that's very exciting. Thanks for coming.
If it is, give us a shout out.
Yeah, give us a shout out on your chat. That would be wonderful. There's a Magic Maker and I come at this from opposite sides of the table to the big degree. We've been doing this for a little over a year, and we enjoy having these discussions. So, so the YouTube is supposed to be taking the they're at least testing it in some instances of removing the dislike count. Now, the thumbs up, thumbs down is still there. It's just that it doesn't give you the count on the dislike.
Right.
You can click it, and then the person, the video owner can see that number, but the general public cannot.
Right.
And one of the things connected to that, and that I noticed was happening a little bit ago, is that Instagram is also removing that feature entirely. In fact, it's gone. You cannot like a picture anymore on Instagram. So, Lord Vito, I'm a secret Raylo fan. Don't tell Josh. Yeah, there's things here that on Santa's channel that stay in Santa's channel, right? So things in Vegas stay in Vegas. Things on Santa's channel stay here. We don't have to let Josh know. That's the way it is.
What happens in the North Pole stays in the North Pole.
It stays at the North Pole. That's right. So, YouTube removing the dislike button, or at least removing the count. I think the ultimate end of it is that those buttons will be gone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. I think it's actually going to hurt them. I think they'll bring it back. I don't think they're going to do it.
Oh.
And, the thing is like what drives a lot of creators is those likes and dislikes. How many likes I have. I mean, it's a dopamine addiction. And so if you take those away, then they lose that. And it's also, but their intent is to take away that that metric so we can see that people don't like it. And they don't want you to see that people don't like something. That's what it comes down to.
It does, and the dopamine thing is absolutely relevant, and that's why Instagram removed it, and they realized it was having a negative effect on especially younger kids,
Right.
teenagers.
But it's what keeps people coming back and putting out content. So if you take it away, the content will dry up, and so will eventually. So will the site.
So you think Instagram will bring that feature back?
I think I think they will. I think if you don't bring it back, eventually Instagram dies, and maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe it is. Oh, Santa's old, so you know. I have it. Santa actually has an Instagram, not a Star Wars Santa. I've got one for my my real bearded Santa appearances. If you want to contact me to come and appear as Santa Claus at one of your Christmas events, you can contact me through my Instagram there. But that's a different thing. So, but primarily the elves run that because they're better at that kind of stuff than Santa. So we had a couple of notes here about the High Republic. My cause, it's not going to pull new Star Wars fans. It's departed from mainstream Star Wars. Partially, I'll agree with that. Partially, Mike. Having read them, I do see that there's some good Star Wars stuff in those novels. A lot of the people who are reading them are really, really enjoying them, which I think is a natural outcome. If you didn't like it, you wouldn't read it. So yeah, a lot of the people who are reading it are really enjoying it and getting excited for it. And it appears, as we talked earlier, that the sales are at least in line with perhaps what Lucasfilm had set as expectations. I don't think they're disappointed in sales. I'll put it that way. And Coachella agrees. It's not going to pull a lot of new fans. I agree.
Yeah, I'll actually counter that. So the reason I think what they're going to do is try to keep their video and everything as neutral as possible toward any new thought processes and keep it along the lines so that they keep most of the old fans happy and keep them from leaving, and then where they're going to seek out new fans in the realm and thinking that they want, because I do think Lucasfilm has more of I'll say more, progressive mentality to what the generation that grew up with Star Wars prior has, and so they're using that to angle that toward the mentality they want for newer Star Wars. And so as those people come on and become more of a fan base, and I think so it's a gradual process so they can have other readers but also bring in new readers, and I think you'll see that their thinking and their stories will turn more toward the more progressive thought processes as they try to bring Star Wars into what they feel is the new direction. And I think they're going to do it through writing in the comics.
I think part of it's just a natural outcropping of engaging artistic people.
Sure. I mean, creatives tend to be more, I guess, liberal or progressive in their thinking than those of the older you typically get, the more conservative you get. I mean, was it Winston Churchill that said, if you're young and you're not a liberal, then you don't have a heart, and if you're old and not conservative, then you don't have a brain.
I've heard this. Yeah.
And so, if you think about it, the young and the creative, and people who are creative have more proclivity toward caring toward people, so they want people. I mean, it's part of what drives them. That's why they do what they do. It's a expression of how people feel typically, and they want to get that out to others so that others can embrace how others feel and have empathy for them, right? So I mean, that's part of the creative process, whether it's through pictures or whether it's through writing or movie making. And so creatives tend to be that way, and not all, but they tend to move that direction.
Yeah.
And so if I'm just saying that the place where progresses are, where the culture is moving, is that direction. So, and so creatives are going to be that way. But at the same time, you have enough people that would be on the conservative bent, at least for meaning this is what we grew up with. This is what we want more of. So and that's mainly going to stay in the video realm. So what you're going to see in the video realm is, and on movies and things like that, they're going to try to stay somewhat conservative in their views because they don't want to lose the fans that they have, but they need to build a new fan base that brings in the new cultural changes that is coming on. Well, where do you do that? Well, you do that in the place that's going to cost you the least, and that's going to be in your novels.
Well, that's part of it. I think you also you get it through a lot of the animated stuff, especially the stuff targeted at younger folks.
No, absolutely. I don't disagree with you. I mean, when you talk about, like, what was it?
Resistance.
Resistance was one of them. But I think even less than that, it was the, what the heck was it called? They had the little short ones with the
the Star Wars shorts that were out. Oh shoot, it'll come to me, or they'll give it to us in the chat. One or the other. But let me get caught. But speaking of that, we do have the Ewok stuff coming out. Is that today or tomorrow? It's coming out maybe Friday.
This weekend, I think. This weekend.
So there's Bob. This is the real Ryan Kennel. He's the only one with the profile pic. If it is the real Ryan Kennel, I would be honored to have him here. That he's found my tiny little channel. That would be very interesting. Jason, hello. Oh yeah. Don't know. And Mark Hamilton posted something. I watched Star Wars Meg this morning, and she put out that the Mando season 3 trailer will drop immediately after the Book of Boba Fett ends from a leak schedule. So her video this morning, she put to bed the rumors. She said they're false, fake, outlandish, untrue, all of that. That the Mandalorian season 3 has been postponed, and that it's on. It's sort of in a holding pattern. She said that's not true at all, and that they're going to post the trailer at the end of the season of the Book of Boba Fett. We do not.
I don't know why that would mean that it's not been postponed, though.
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I think it makes more sense that it has been slightly postponed, and I think that's why we have Kenobi filming in April. It was supposed to film last fall. It's now shifted to April, and so they're going to do that. It's the window that was originally for the Mando 3. I think Mando 3 will probably shift to this summer, or maybe even early fall. I think more like late summer, and then it's still time to put out a trailer. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, so I think the trailer dropping at the end of the Book of Boba Fett's realistic. I think what you're going to see is likely the Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, and then Mando 3.
Well, Meg was saying that according to the leaked schedule that she saw, that it's still set. Mando season 3 is still set to come out like in April of 2022. So about a year from now, we're supposed to get Mandalorian season 3. So
that's April Fool's, definitely April Fool's.
Not sure.
She dropped it today. I don't think she knows. I think
it dropped today. So that's the hard part of it. Is it true or not true? And that's sort of the vein of what we're talking about today. There are some real fun for those of you that come in maybe a little bit later. There are some fun April Fool's videos out today, news stories out today that we've been enjoying talking about, and that's what we're kind of bouncing all of these ideas out of. And Gray, this is you guys. One of the reasons I really love Gray is that we come from different political spectrums, and we love Star Wars. But the other thing about Gray and I is we have a lot of shared experiences as children, and we were raised in a lot of similar ways. We have a lot of similar likes and things like that, and she's precious to me because we can be friends, and we can have, it's much like a Magic Maker and I. Magic Maker and I are a lot closer politically, but our Star Wars opinions are vastly different, which makes us a really good group. And then I've got another dear friend in Discord, who is very close to me, who is also very left, and gives me great advice, and we collaborate all the time. So, having people that are have different ways of thinking and different ways of interpreting information, I think makes for a better way than being in an echo chamber where maybe you're getting a bunch of information that seems right to you, but doesn't challenge you to think. And that's what we try to do here with a Magic Maker telling me, nope, that's an April Fool.
Don't tell people that we can all get along. Don't do that.
Right.
You'll get attacked.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Star Wars Meg needs a new mic. And Mike says, Meg is a miss for me. Meg is a hit and miss for me. Some of her content's really good. Some of it not so much.
She has a really good intro, though.
Yeah, she is good.
Now let's all get past all this jibber jabber.
Yeah. Enough jibber jabber. Let's move on. Yeah. That's great. That's great. That's good that you watched it. Let's see what else we got. Let me just see if I can get caught on. The Christmas special is going to get canonized. Oh, that'd be good. Yes, Gray. Santa and I are besties. Absolutely. Gray and I are besties. And she just lives too far away for me to go visit when this whole COVID thing's over. But you know what, Gray? I do hope to make our way west, and maybe one day we'll be able to meet and have dinner together, and that would be wonderful. And we're heading south next month, not all the way down into the Magic Makers territory, but we're getting down halfway. We'll be in that down in Tennessee. So if any of you are in Tennessee, especially in the Gatlinburg sort of area, or you're going to be within commuting range of there, come on by. Come on by, say hi to Santa. We'll be there. Amari the Prodigy, because Kenobi series filming the same month Mandalorian means Mando has problems. Oh, right. Well,
we talked about this. I mean, you remove a character, it just means that you have to rewrite it. So there's going to be some rewrites, which means you have some other stuff you have to do to get it back online. And so that's the reason for that. It's not that, it's falling apart. I'm not saying that. I didn't say that last week. I'm not going to change that position.
Right.
But you have rewrites that have to happen. And so that's the delay. And in addition to which, the reason why that that shift is occurring is because you can't have two teams using the volume at the same time.
Yeah, and I think we start to look at evidence, right? So it's nothing's confirmed, right? We haven't seen that schedule that Meg put in her video today on April 1st. We haven't seen that schedule. If it's true, then that would be evidence. What we do know is that Obi-Wan is using the volume. Can you shoot Obi-Wan and Mando season 3 concurrently in the same space?
Yeah, I think that's not likely.
I agree with you, right? But I mean, so it becomes evidence. And let me give you another story. It's Star Wars related that maybe could be fit into this, and talk about.
Gotcha, Amari. Sorry, I thought you were talking to me.
Oh no! I know what Amari was talking about. Yeah. I got it. Yeah, he was talking about the other conversation going on in chat, but it still leapt us into the good discussion and where I want to go. The other point came out is that Rian Johnson has been contracted by Netflix for $200 million, right? Or was it $400 million? $400 million for Knives Out 2 and Knives Out 3. They locked him into that contract. $400 million. Now, that's not just what he got paid. That's what they bought the rights to it and all of that, right? So it's that includes much more than just money that that Ryan Johnson put in his pocket. But it does fall in line, very interestingly, I think, with the news of him saying that his Star Wars trilogy is still on track.
I think that's a full April Fool's. I mean, there's too many people pissed off about that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you loved it.
Well, and that came out ahead of time, right? So the question is that evidence, right? So I look at it as evidence. I liked The Last Jedi. I am all in favor of a Rian Johnson trilogy. I'm still hopeful that we get a Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy. It would do nothing but make Santa happy to see a Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy. Oh, but
people set Christmas trees on fire if that happens, man.
But you also have to look at evidence, right? You have to look at evidence. Just as we talked about, can you shoot Kenobi and Mando 3 at the same time in the same place? What's the evidence tell us about Rian Johnson and his trilogy? We know a schedule going out past 2027, I think.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there. We see that Netflix has wrapped him up for his Knives Out. So when and where does it fit in? And is it a pipe dream that maybe someday in the future, long, long away from now, that he will do a trilogy? Perhaps. But I think what was announced back when he directed The Last Jedi and when it was being released, and everybody was happy about it, from Lucasfilm before it hit the theaters, and he got that they made that announcement. We love this so much, we're going to give him a trilogy, and they were kind of hyping him up and hyping the movie up. What happened after that?
Yeah, I actually think that they kind of knew at the last moment that they had something that was going to create huge divisive problems. I think they did a test screening and they were like, uh-oh. And I think that's actually why they announced the trilogy, because they wanted people to say, oh my gosh, it's so good that they're getting a trilogy. I can't wait to see this movie. And I was there opening night. I couldn't wait to see it. And I sat there and I remember sitting with this guy I didn't know. I went and saw it by myself. I was like, I had to go see it, and I couldn't get tickets to see it. So I was there, and I walked out, and I was like, I looked over to the guy, and I went, I'm not sure I like that, and and I go, but that can't be possible, and so he looked over at me and went, yeah, me too, I think. And so I think that's what happened at the end of their test screening, and it's my personal opinion. I don't have any evidence of this, that they had then announced that he was going to get that trilogy, because we were going to be thinking, holy moly, he's going to be getting he's so good, he's going to be getting a trilogy. I can't wait to see this movie.
Yeah, well, we got another good one here. I got to get caught up with the comments. I know I saw that, Isaac. I'm not reading the comments. I got to get back in there. I saw a good one right here. Mike Hawes. We're going to get Brie Larson as Avra Chris in a High Republic movie. There you go. Oh, that's a good one. Actually, if you look at Avra Chris, the pictures of her in the media that Star Wars has put out, Brie Larson would fit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's see, Isaac. I don't even think Ryan knows what his next trilogy is going to be about. I agree with you, Isaac. I think because he's not written it, he may have thoughts in his head that he percolates about when he's, resting and downtime. He may have a little book where he's taking little notes about ideas, but no, I don't think he does. The other part about that is I think we're moving away from a theatrical experience, first of all. Secondly, I don't know that when Disney made that announcement at a shareholders meeting or something like that a few months ago, they said they have a new role there that's going to decide how a particular project is released. whether it goes straight to theater or it goes straight to streaming, or if they do one of these hybrid approaches. And the idea that Ryan would do a trilogy would be inconsistent, I think, with the direction of the theatrical experience and that whole process. I don't know that it fits.
Yeah, I mean, I think that 2020 upended theater releases. I don't think we're going to see a massive amount of releases to theater from the main studios anymore. I think they're all moving to streaming.
Yeah, or a hybrid like Kong and Godzilla right now.
Well,
right?
I think you're only going to see Netflix get bigger. I think that some of these streaming systems are going to fail. They're just not going to have the subscriber base to make it. So as a result, Netflix will absorb these movies and put them out in streaming for these different studios. I mean, that's kind of what I foresee happening. I'd like to watch what happens with Apple as they try to move forward on this and their streaming service, because they have so many people have iPhones and iPads that it just makes more sense for them to be able to stream for free.
They have no buzz. There's nothing that's a must-see series on Apple TV. Right,
which is why it was rumored that they were going to buy out Sony so they could get access to all the stuff that Sony has.
They certainly have the cash.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Them and Google or them and Amazon are like the two richest companies in the world.
Yeah, and there's been rumors of them buying Disney, buying the whole thing.
Well, Disney would. I mean, not right now. They wouldn't. I mean, right now.
I'm just saying.
I mean, if they were going to do it, they needed to do it at the beginning of COVID when their stock dropped below $100. I mean, I mean, when they stopped below $100, I entered the bank account and bought me a bunch of. I was like, this will not stay this way.
No,
it is proven true. I mean, I've more than doubled my money on what I spent.
Nice. Congratulations. So, Mike, Knives Out, he's already written. That's true. Knives Out 2 is already written. Probably Knives Out 3 is got a rough outline. So, yeah, I think he could shoot those back to back for Netflix and to free him right up to do his Star Wars movies. And Mike says, God help us all. Right.
I don't think he's going to do any Star Wars movies. I would not be surprised if he was brought back to do some maybe some series stuff like he did for Breaking Bad, except he does it for maybe a High Republics or maybe the Acolyte stuff. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if they said that.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it before. To put him on maybe as an executive producer might work, but where you put it directed by somebody else.
Right.
I think it's too deep.
I think his strength is as a director, though. I mean,
me too.
To me, his weakness is as a writer, not as a director. I think he's actually a pretty darn good director. I mean, I think he has a decent eye. I mean, I think his editing could be worked on and his color saturation. But I mean, I'm no full expert on that. But I mean, I do think that some of his thoughts of how a scene should go are pretty good.
Well, as I said, I loved Last Jedi, and even most of the people who hated The Last Jedi will say, visually, it's stunning, it's appealing, right? And the way that it's shot, the movie is executed extremely well.
Right.
But so. Yeah, you got to give him credit for that. And Coachella Lopez, I like Knives, but giving him Star Wars trilogy would be really risky. I agree. I loved Knives Out. It's a really good movie.
I didn't enjoy it very much. I haven't really enjoyed any of his movies. To be honest with you.
We disagree again. Oh, what's the world coming to? Bob, have you seen Godzilla Kong? No, we're saving it for Friday night. How about you, Magic Maker?
Probably next Tuesday is when we'll see it. But if we can, we'll go see it this weekend.
Great. I would love Brie as Ava Chris. I think Brie would fit that really well. I have no qualms about it. If they're going to do a High Republic movie and feature Ava Chris, Avar Chris. Yeah, I'd be good for it. Mark Hamilton. Amber Heard. Oh, no.
Yes, absolutely. They should
Yes.
actually bring Amber Heard on as played Avar Chris, and then the bad guy they should make Johnny Depp.
There you go. Yeah. So Mark Hamilton's on the same page with you. Johnny Depp is the Nihil. And Amber Heard is Avar Chris. You know, but it's set up. It's set up for it. So Chief Wise, thanks for bringing this up. He said it already, but he thinks Omega. You familiar with who Omega is?
Yes, yeah, I know who Omega
Okay,
is.
so just for anybody who doesn't happen to know, in the Bad Batch trailer, there's the little kid in there, and there's some debate: is that little kid a boy or a girl? I think it's a girl. What do you think?
We don't know. I don't.
We don't know. I think it's a girl, and I think that it is Boba's sister. I think that it's an unaltered clone that is a genetic mutation. So the reason that she fits in with the Bad Batch are what? Genetic mutations.
That's right.
And I think she is a genetic mutation. That's why she fits. Rather than being a boy, she's a girl. Yeah. And she goes off with them. You notice the medallion on her forehead that she's wearing, it had 2 chains coming off on each side, is the same as the kind that the Kaminoans wear. It's the exact same design. So she's being raised there on Kamino. There's been some speculation. Is she perhaps Tarkin's daughter or niece? Or is she Palpatine's? Some people are reading that hair where it's kind of slicked back that it might be Palpatine related.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just not enough information in there to know. But I get what you're saying. Omega definitely doesn't sound like a normal name, and so but I think the first clone was called Alpha, so Omega would be the last clone.
Right, the last, right? It means the end. It's the last letter, and it is
the Greek alphabet.
Yeah, and it's associated with being the last. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, she would be the last, and I don't think she's had the aging serum put in there, and so she's not aging faster. That's why she's still a kid, and I think she will age normally. And I think she is Boba's sister. That's my take. I agree with Sheev.
That'll be very interesting.
Well, and that's the other part that's really interesting is that she alone has raised a lot of speculation and interest in the fans to see what's this about, right?
So yeah, I mean, I still think it's going to be an A-team kind of thing. They are really the A-team, but
it's the Space A-team for sure.
Yeah, they're just adding a child to it because usually you do it like when the numbers. Decline, you add a child to the story, but they're just doing it from the very beginning so that it stays interesting all the way through.
Well, Thor Skywalker put it pretty well, I think, because if you go back to the Clone Wars animated series, you had a young Ahsoka who grew up through. She was disliked at the beginning, and people grew to love her. And if you go to Rebels, it started with a street rat. Space Aladdin, who then grew into a character people love. And so you're kind of taking that same formula and saying, okay, worked in these cases, we need the same sort of character, right? The character type that's a kid that people may be divided on at the beginning. We get to see that character grow into whatever range, which has led a lot of people to say, well, then she's going to be a Force sensitive because look, Ahsoka and Space Aladdin are Force sensitive, so she would be too.
Well, maybe this is Sheev's clone.
Yeah.
It's Rey's daddy.
A lot of people have said that too, and I don't think that matches. Yeah, and for the record, I know who Ezra Bridger is. I just like calling him Space Aladdin. No, that's just me. That's just me. I'm not a huge fan of Ezra Bridger. He's okay, but not my favorite character. So calling him Space Aladdin reveals to all of you what Santa's opinion is of Ezra Bridger.
Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, is this clone who is Omega? I would probably agree that it is a clone. I'm not convinced it's Boba's sister.
That's good. That's good. Let's see. Yeah, Apple has a very small amount of content. Jumpin' Jamie. Apple's basically the Google of their streaming services. Well, they got all the money. That's sure. I use it to find out where things are, but never watch anything. Will Morgan. Oh, meta egg. Will Morgan's here. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Will. Mark, I think most of the other Rian Johnson critics are angry with the story decisions and how well the movie was made. Canto Bite did look like Harry Potter, though, which felt also out of universe. The Canto Bite gets a lot of criticism. It's going to be a shock to nobody. I kind of like the Canto Bite sequence. So
no.
Here it comes again. Hashtag cancel Santa. It happened before. It'll be trend, especially if Ryan Kennel, the real Ryan Kennel, is actually here. For sure, Santa is canceled now.
Yes. Burn the Christmas trees.
I started Knives Out and couldn't get into it.
I'm with him. I'm absolutely with him. I didn't like Looper. I found Looper to be the problems of time travel. If you create a paradox, then it falls apart. You can't do it.
Yeah. Gray says it's a girl. Cuchella Lopez, I think it's a girl. Gree, good part of Bad Batch because of it, right? Maybe I'm pretty sure Gray's voice to text gives us another jewel. I love it because it didn't say Sheev. She meant Sheev, but she got sheep. What was that sheep that they did clone? It had a name, right?
Was it Dolly?
Dolly, yeah. so Gray, that's already been debunked. Her name's Omega.
So it's not Dolly.
It's not Dolly. She already corrected it. Sheev. I can't help it. I love Gray, and I love her phone. Last letter of Boba is A. The last letter of Omega is A. Boom, sister. Confirmed. That's how people do that. That's great. We're having fun. That's what we're here for.
But I do think the first sets of clones that came out were called was the Alpha. Was Alpha, and so she would be the last, and I think that's probably pretty accurate.
Grace says she looks like the clone of Django. I think she looks a lot like Boba Fett. Difference of opinion. We will find out now, won't we? That'll be great. Aggressively relaxing. Hey, welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming. A regular on the show here. Rise of Skywalker was incredible. People are divided on that as well. Could have done better, but still brilliant filmmaking. Last Jedi 2. People are insane. Aggressively relaxing. It's April Fool's Day. I know what day it is. And I know who you are. That's okay. We'll give it to you today.
Yes, I forgot. I have to change my opinion today. Yes, I love the sequel trilogy.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
The Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie ever. It'll outdo Empire Strikes Back. It's so great.
Oh, you're hilarious. Let me share.
No, serious. I've changed my opinion.
Okay. And I believe you 100%. I believe you 100%, my friend. So we've been doing the Muppet casting. We've been going through all the movies. This is a Discord discussion that we have. It's not one that we carry out here we talked about it a little bit in the live stream, but I wanted to bring it out and aggressively. This is the one day of the year I'm honest. The other 364 is when he actually is April fooling everybody the rest of the year. Today is the one day he tells the truth.
This is April honest.
So we talked about Muppet casting all the way through. Now we're to A New Hope, and these figures actually exist. You can go and get them. right? So right here you have the Muppet casting for A New Hope already done for you. So come and join us on Discord. That's all I'll say. Come and join us there and discuss. We have a lot of fun. And next week we'll talk about Empire Strikes Back. But
well, those characters are already set too, so this stays the same. It doesn't change for the whole new trilogy.
No, there's a couple of new characters though we can add in.
Oh, Lando.
Yeah, we got Lando and Boba.
Yeah.
I got
and the Emperor now. So
yeah. So there we go. Gray. Ezra's one of my favorites. See, even Gray disagrees.
Actually, I like the Rebels better than the Clone Wars. I mean, I know that's I'm sorry. I like Clone Wars much better than Rebels.
See, this is the problem now. Aggressively relaxed and saying the little dude looks just like a baby Boba.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think anymore.
It's not green. I mean, that's the problem. So just need to wash him.
Mark says Dolly's just out of shot right beside Omega. Oh,
the next character that's coming on is Fatty Acid.
Oh, Bob, have you heard about Wyatt Russell getting death threats for playing a character people don't like in Falcon and Winter Soldier? He deleted his Instagram because of hate. Bob, that problem exists a lot of places. Gray has to go. Thanks so much. Thanks for being here, Gray. There's been several people who have gotten death threats over that kind of thing. There's a player here in Ohio, plays for the Ohio State Buckeyes, a basketball team, and they were ranked number 1 or 2 in their bracket, and they got upset in the first round of the playoffs, or March Madness. And the one guy shot a 3-pointer at the end that would have tied the game to go into double overtime. And he shot it at the end of the first of the regular, and he missed. That would have given the Buckeyes the straight out win. Right after that, he got death threats. And it's been in the news here in Columbus, Ohio, how toxic. When we talk about toxicity in fandom, it's this that I refer to. I don't talk about somebody who doesn't like a movie. I talk about somebody who takes it personal and makes it something that it shouldn't ever be. And
but it's not like this is new, honestly. So I mean, we know that John Lennon was shot. And killed by a fan that stalked him. Yeah. We know that some other, this has happened to other actresses and actors as well. I mean, it's not played up that much, but it does happen, and now it happens more in a sense of the internet makes it more easier to make the threats and to kind of electronically stalk people. So in that sense, it's, those people exist and they always have existed. There's just some people who can't tell movie or, and what they see on TV from reality. And that's just how it is. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, I wish there was ways to stop it, but I think if anything, the internet's made it worse. And I don't know. I mean, it is a psychological function of people that have become dysfunctional.
Yeah, it's absolutely true, and that it's happened to Wyatt Russell, that happens to athletes, and it happens to people just in everyday life. You get death threats and get hate because of having an opinion that's different there and theirs, or having a different taste, right?
I mean, that's kind of happening with cancel culture, right? I mean, people have a different opinion and they think it's, the end of the world and, and absolutely reprehensible, which, and they lose their job there. And it's not just Gina Carano that loses her job. I mean, like people in normal day who go to 9-to-5 jobs lose their jobs. And then, because they have a different opinion that a good significant portion of the country would not consider their opinion to be, racist or sexist or anything like that. But yet, when the accusation occurs, they become a target, and so there is no, a process of adjudication, saying, hey, I'm not that way. I don't think that way. It happens. So this kind of stuff is occurring, and when stuff like that happens, people kind of lose their minds.
Hey, look who showed up. We've got a couple of old timers. Oh, don't mean that by age. I just mean stories by Irish. Irish, I haven't heard from you in a long time. It's good to see you here. Oh my goodness. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you taking some time to say hi. And our friend Trinity from 2nd Street Marble coming in to give a little support here. I really appreciate it, Trinity. Thanks so much. And Landon Dubs. Hello. Another person. We've got some great visitors here right at the very end of the stream, wouldn't you know? We've gone long, and we've had a lot of fun talking about the April Fool's news stories that have come out today. If you guys you haven't joined our Discord, I would encourage you come join the Discord. We have a lot of fun. We talk about Star Wars there, and we've been sharing some of these April Fool's stories that we've come across today, and just having fun. So it'd be good to have you. And the link to our Discord is in the description here. And not only that, but a magic maker with Reimagining Star Wars. This is again, for those of you who may be new, we do this every Thursday. We've been doing it for a long time now, and we come from different opinions in Star Wars. And we
not today.
Not today. No, today is the day where the world's upside down. Yeah. Stories by Irish. This is funny. Mother Nature made an April Fool's joke today. It was snowing this morning. Oh, same here. Same here. Well, it's always snow at the North Pole, but it's also snowing in Central Ohio today, and I've been enjoying that quite a bit.
Hey, this is good. It means no mosquitoes.
Yeah, it's exactly right. No mosquitoes, no mud until it melts. Right. Mark, we're creating content. Don't criticize content creators, producers, right? We don't dehumanize. There you go. I got it. Oh, dehumanize. We don't dehumanize people, right? We don't fan the flames. We're not poking the bear. We enjoy talking about Star Wars, and it means that we can criticize it, but we don't go seeking out to fan the flames and to put.
No, you're personally responsible for anything I don't like, and you deserve to be punished.
Absolutely. So, as usual, we always close out a Magic Maker. Tell us about your Fan Fiction Sunday evening activities. It's a fantastic thing you're doing over there.
Yeah, we every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central, we have a fan fiction reading time, and more than welcome to it. I think my Discord's in the bottom here. So join us. We'd love to have you. We'd love to hear some of your fan fiction. I also have a Facebook page, if you want to look that up, Reimagining Star Wars. And then, of course, I have a channel that occasionally puts out videos, even though I haven't in the last couple of weeks. I'm working on an Ahsoka video, and it's taken me a little more time than I intended.
That's good. It's all good. It's all good, friend. And tomorrow, look for some videos coming out from me. And we've got this great big package that came in the mail yesterday. We've got this to open. This will be awesome. Can't wait to share it with you all. And then I've got this package here from Dorkside Toys. We're going to open that tomorrow as well. And these are some vintage collection figures. There's 2 of them in here. And then under here, we've got, I think we've got some Black Series figures and things to go through. So there you go. All right. There we go. Irish. Santa is automatically innocent in everything, right? But she's super biased. So there you go.
Is that like autocorrect? You put something in, it automatically turns it to something innocent.
Automatically innocent. And yes, I'm opening some presents early. And then I shared at the very beginning of the screen, I have made a very large purchase, and I can't wait to share that with you guys as well. That'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully it'll get here pretty soon, and we'll be able to share that in the next week or so. Until then, we'll give our greetings and we'll say, may the force be with you all. Go ahead, Magic Baker.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye-bye.